So good evening. Good evening to all of you. Oh, can you hear me? Good evening to all of you. I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, say something in the comment. Let me know that you're hearing me. If you can hear me, just say yes, you can hear me. Let me know that you are hearing me from your comment section. I can be able to see your responses. All right, for more indications, you can hear me. So thank you very much for taking time to join us once again for the second batch of the free training that we have started. We started last month, and we are starting a new training again, which is completely 100% free. And this time around, we are going to spend 1 month on the interesting topic or subject matter that we'll be learning. And we'll be doing 1 month training. At the end of the training, I believe you are going to learn a lot of things that will help you to navigate life complexities and so many other challenges of life. So this training is going to be very, very complex, and it's also going to be demanding on your side as the participant. It's not just going to be like the training on peace education. That one was as if we were just trying to test run this segment of training to see how it works, and also how people are interested to learn. And now we have seen that people are interested to learn, and you want to learn so much, and so we are committed to let you know that which will help you to contribute to make our society better. That's why we are interested to organize free training. Um, this training that we would have advertised for payments, do you understand? People could pay and we train them. And actually, if you don't know, there are people that register for it and pay for it as well. But you are privileged to be doing it here for free. So it's a privilege, and I want to appreciate you for taking the opportunity to join this training today. Now, we have some kind of conditions that we expect you to fulfill in in this training. Like the last batch that participated in the peace training on peace education, we require them to take a test. They took a test, and then also some of them did a video which was not compulsory, but some people do a testimonial video to express what they had learned during the time of the training. So, but this time around, you are going to be required as part of the condition for the fulfillment of the award of this certificate to participate fully in the training in all the days that we're going to have the training. We'll be having the training every day of the week except on Wednesday. On Wednesday, we'll not be having the training, but we'll have it on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, even on Sunday, we'll be having the training. All right. So it's left for you to be committed to participate. That's number one. We expect you to achieve 95% for the training before you will be awarded a certificate. And how are we going to measure whether you participate to that requirement of days? We expect that anytime you join this training, you share the training so that it will get to other people. You should comment. You should also like. All right, you can like, you can comment, you can share. But one of the major tools that we're going to use to determine that you are consistent in the training is the share. Because once we finish the training now, we are going to the share buttons. We go and check those that have shared. They are the people that will consider that are participating. Do you understand? Because you have to share so that to get to other people also, so that they can have the opportunity to participate next time we're organizing a free training. Even this one, we are not insisting that you must start from the beginning to the end, but even those that can join even after a week, can still participate and be given the opportunity to write their exams. So far as they can revisit the other videos and watch and be part of it. So share and share. So once you share, we will know that yes, you have joined and you have shared. So it's one of the conditions for the award of this certificate. So try and be committed. And then another thing that we're also going to do is that at the end of this training, you are going to write exams. All right. You are going to write exams and you must pass at least 50%. You must obtain 50% of the total score before you can be awarded the certificate. So if you fail to get 50%, you will not be given the certificate. That is number two. Another thing that is also is going to be a condition that you need to fulfill while in this training is that you are going to do a video, right? A testimonial video to tell us what you learned in the training and how you are going to use the knowledge you acquire in the training to impact your community, to impact your society, to impact your profession. Do you understand? That's what we want to know at the end of this training. You have to do a video, tell us what you have learned, tell us how you are going to use the knowledge to impact your community or to impact yourself or to impact your organization or your profession where you work. It's very important. All right. So the testimonial video is very important. Another thing that we are going to also make it, but it's not going to be compulsory, but we expect some of you to volunteer to do is that you have to volunteer to participate in our peace clinic. Peace clinic gives you opportunity to talk to the general public. That is, we have about 26,000 followers on our Facebook page. So we give you audience to talk to people, give you opportunity to talk to people, contribute to make our society better. Do you understand? That's what the Peace Clinic is all about. We have topics, we share a topic with you. Some of them may come on this training, very training that we are doing now, so that you can contribute. You tell us what you learned during the training and how you are going to, impact your society. So by so doing on the Peace Clinic, you contribute to impact our society. So it's one of the requirements that we expect you to do. So if we assign you or we invite you to be part of the Peace Clinic, I know we have people that are joining from all around the countries, Ghana, Kenya, Ethiopia, Malawi, Zimbabwe. So you people are joining. We want to also know what is happening in your country in terms of conflict, in terms of peace building activities. We want to know things like that, okay? If there are political crises, we want to know what is happening and what you can do in your own way to contribute to reduce the impact of those activities or contribute to promote peace in your community. So the Peace Clinic gives you the opportunity to express what you have for society, what you have been doing, or what you can do to make our society better. So if we assign you for you to participate in our Peace Clinic, maybe this 1 hour, 30 minutes something, so you can come. You will not be the only person. We'll give you a topic. Maybe we'll feature like 4 of you on the same topic. You just share your opinion, you share your perspective, and then that's how it's going to be, so that it will be a very peaceful and a beautiful interaction. Do you understand? So we expect that you people can take that advantage and opportunity. So these are some of the things that we expect you to do in the course of the training. And then, like we said, like this training is going to be different from the one we had, because that one is like we're trying to test run it and see how it works. Do you understand? So, and there was no arrangement for even your certification. That's why your certification delays. But this one, we are creating a certificate, e-certificate platform, so that after the training, when you pass your exams, you just go and log your details there and then print your certificate. But you need to also have a LinkedIn account, okay? Because it will require you to go and post it on your LinkedIn account before you can print it, your hard copy. Do you understand? So you need to also get a LinkedIn account. So it's very important, because there the employers can see it, and you can also be opportune to get a job opportunity by sharing the certificate on your LinkedIn account. So that's why we want you to have a LinkedIn account. All right. So thank you very much for joining us in this training. My name is Ambassador Tavle Joshua. the registrar of the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management. So I'll be taking you throughout the training. And but if there's need for me to feature someone else also to contribute in teaching you, that can be done. Okay. But for now, I am the person that I'll be taking you throughout. But if there's any arrangement for anybody to come in to teach certain topics, the person will come in and teach you. All right. Thank you very much for joining the training today. So let's look at what we are going to cover in this training. Let's take a look at what we are going to cover. Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management Training Manual on Emotional Intelligence. Training Manual on Emotional Intelligence. Let's look at what we're going to cover. So first, we are going to look at the introduction, introducing emotional intelligence. All right, introducing emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, also known as emotional quotient. All right, emotional quotient is a crucial skill set that enables individuals to navigate the complexities of human emotions effectively. You know, we move by our emotions. We do things by our emotions, how we feel, how we think. All right. So this is what moved us. Do you understand? We do things according to the way they moved us. All right. That's why we are talking about emotional intelligence. So it involves understanding and managing emotions, both in oneself and in others. That is, you are not just understanding your own emotion alone. You are not just managing your own emotions alone. You are understanding the emotions of others and seeing how also you can manage their emotions to get along with them or get them, influence them in one way or the other to achieve whatever goal and objective you have. So that's why you need emotional intelligence. Then to build stronger relationship, make informed decisions, and achieve personal and professional success. So emotional intelligence will not just help you to build stronger relationship, it helps you to take informed decisions, because some of us take irrational decisions. Do you understand? We take decisions that are not intelligent. We take decisions that are not informed. We are moved by emotions, either by anger or by joy or by some kind of happiness or by sadness, and then we went ahead and take decisions. And sometimes they are not. Sometimes we take decisions out of excitement. I get the point now, and then we take wrong decision. For instance, now somebody just offer you a lift. Just let me give you a lift, all right? And then you are overexcited that someone wants to give you a lift. Do you understand? And then you are now cornered to enter one chance vehicle or a kidnapper's vehicle because you were not intelligent enough to detect that, okay, this is a wrong vehicle because your emotional intelligence was not in check. Do you understand? So out of excitement, you just jump into a car that you don't know anybody, but because they say they will give you a lift, and then you enter into the kidnapper's hand. So emotional intelligence will make you to make informed decisions. Do you understand? And achieve personal and professional success. So you have personal goals, organizational goals, or in your profession, emotional intelligence will help you to achieve and accomplish certain goals and achieve success. So emotionally intelligent individuals are adept at recognizing and regulating their own emotions, demonstrating empathy towards others, and using their emotional awareness to guide their behavior and interactions in a positive and constructive manner. Some of us, the way we respond to certain things limits the way we even interact. Do you understand? Because some of us react, not respond. Some of us react to situations. We don't respond. If we respond, we respond more objectively. When we react, our reaction is always negative. Do you understand? So we need to put our emotional intelligence in check to make sure that we make informed decisions and interact constructively. So this is just part of introduction. So what are the learning objectives? We expect you to understand the key components and importance of emotional intelligence in personal and professional context, develop self-awareness to recognize and understand one's own emotions, triggers, and behavioral patterns. We expect you to understand that. Enhance emotional self-regulation skills to manage and control emotions effectively in various situations. Any situation you find yourself, you should be able to control and regulate your own emotions. That's what we expect you to do. Then also, you are also going to learn how to cultivate empathy, all right, to recognize and respond to the emotions of others with understanding and consent, all right, and compassion. So these are the things we expect you to learn, and several other things that we expect you to learn. They are there. We are going to be sending the manual to you. Maybe after a week of training, we'll send the manual, part of it to you. Another week of training, we'll send another part of the manual to you. We'll continue to send you the manual in batches until we get you the whole manual, and then you go and study for your exams, for your tests at the end of the training. So let's look at the learning outcomes. What are the learning outcomes? Let's look at some of the learning outcomes. The learning outcomes we have by the end of the training, by the end of the training of the emotional intelligence, we expect the participant to define emotional intelligence and explain its importance in personal and professional life, demonstrate self-awareness by recognizing and managing their own emotions effectively, exhibit empathy by understanding and responding appropriate to the emotions of others in various situations. We also expect you to apply emotional intelligence principles to enhance communication, conflict resolution, and relationship building skills. All right. That is, at the end of this training, you should be able to demonstrate that you are able to, communicate effectively. That is, even in tense situation, that is in situation whereby you are highly provocated, you are highly provoked, you should be able to communicate effectively. Are you getting the point now? That's what this training is aimed to achieve in you. And then that at the end of the training, you should be able to build capacity to resolve conflict effectively. That's another learning outcomes that I want to see in you. And at the end of the day, you should also be able to build relationship, all right? You should be able to interact with people effectively. And one of the avenues that we're going to test your communication abilities is during our peace clinic. We say we're going to be featuring you. So get prepared. If we mention your name and we nominate you to be part of the peace clinic, you will not run away. Do you understand? So you must participate so that you can contribute. That will give you an opportunity to also communicate and communicate effectively. It will build your capacity in terms of making presentation. I get your point now. So this is one thing that is going to help you to achieve. So while you are learning, you are going to demonstrate that in our peace clinic. So utilize emotional intelligence techniques to manage stress, overcome challenges, and make better decisions in both personal and professional contexts. So this is what this training is going to help you to achieve. And I'm confident that by the end of this training, you are going to demonstrate this capacity, these expectations that we expect of you in this training. So let's look at what we're going to cover in this training. Let's look at what we're going to cover in this training. So in module 1, we are going to look at introduction to emotional intelligence. In module 1, we are going to look at introduction to emotional intelligence. That is understanding. Unit 1, we'll look at understanding emotional intelligence. In unit 2, we'll look at the history and theories of emotional intelligence. In unit 3, we are going to assess emotional intelligence. Okay, so these are the things I want to cover in module 1. In module 2, we are going to look at components of emotional intelligence. All right, so we are going to look at self-awareness. Self-awareness is what we're going to look at. We are also going to look at self-regulations. All right, self-regulation is also what we're going to look at. Then we're also going to look at motivation and empathy. All right, motivation and empathy is also another thing that we're going to look at in this training. That's in module 2. In module 3, we're going to look at social skills and relationship management. Social skills and relationship management. So we are going to, in unit 1, we'll be looking at effective communication. How you can communicate effectively, even in conflicting situations. Where you are highly provoked, how can you communicate effectively? You are also going to look at it. We're also going to look at conflict resolution. All right, in unit 2. In unit 3, we're going to look at building and maintaining relationship. Some of us don't know how to build and maintain relationship. We have friends today, tomorrow it breaks out. We have relationship, even some of you marital relationship just ends anyhow. Do you understand? So you will then have to build and maintain quality relationship, all right, at the end of this training. Then in module 4, we are going to look at applying emotional intelligence in leadership. How do you apply emotional intelligence in leadership if you want to become a leader tomorrow, or if you are a leader in your community tomorrow, a leader in your organization, in your youth community, or in your community associations, or in your student association? Maybe you are a leader. How can you be effective, okay, applying the tools and techniques of emotional intelligence? So it's going to help you. So we're going to look at emotional intelligence in leadership in unit 1. We're going to look at leading teams with emotional intelligence. How do you lead a team with emotional intelligence in perspective? This is what we're going to cover in module 4. And then emotional intelligence in decision making. How do you apply the skills and the techniques of emotional intelligence in taking informed, infectious decisions that will help you to progress in your organization or in life? Then in module 5, we are going to look at emotional intelligence in personal development. All right, emotional intelligence in personal development. How does emotional intelligence help you to develop your own person? All right, so we are going to look at self-reflection and personal growth. That is in unit 1. In unit 2, we are going to look at overcoming limiting beliefs. All right, and then in unit 3, we are going to look at managing stress and well-being. Emotional intelligence can help you to manage your own stress and then live a perfect life. Okay, let's look at what we're going to cover in module 6. In module 6, we are going to look at cultivating emotional intelligence in organizations. All right, you are working in any organization, you are building your own organization. How do you cultivate the techniques and the behavioral attitudes required of you as an emotionally intelligent person in your own organization? All right, so we are going to look at emotional intelligence in organizational culture, emotional intelligence in team dynamics, leadership development through emotional intelligence. Are you the point now? We are going to cover that in module 6. In module 7, we are going to look at emotional intelligence in conflict resolution. All right, now we are Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management, right? So we are going to teach you how to also use emotional intelligence in resolving conflicts. Because if you are building organization, or you are working in an organization, or you are a member of any organization, association at all, you need to use intelligence to deal with situations. All right, so resolve conflicts. Conflict must come. So how do you address conflict? Using emotional intelligence. So understanding conflicts, emotional intelligence strategies for conflict resolutions, building a culture of constructive conflict resolution are what we are going to cover in module 7. And lastly, in module 8, we are going to look at advanced applications of emotional intelligence. Advanced what? We are even giving you an extra of what is covered at the advanced level for you here now. Do you understand? Because at the end of the day, we're going to give you a professional diploma. And then this is advanced aspect supposed to be in the professional postgraduate diploma that we offer. Do you understand? But we are going to enjoy it, a part of it. So give us credit. All right. So you are going to look at emotional intelligence in sales and marketing. For those of you that are sales officers and marketers in your organization, how do you apply emotional intelligence in situations like that? Then emotional intelligence in innovation and creativity. All right. So those of you that are creative content creators, all right, innovators, how do you apply emotional intelligence in creating content or in any acts of creative work? How do you apply emotional intelligence? And then future trends in emotional intelligence are some of the things that we're going to cover in this training. So the training has a whole lot of things to cover, and we expect that you will not miss one of these trainings, because once you miss, then you will miss the flow of the training. You understand? That is why it's good for you to stay put and follow the training, each of this module and each of the units, so that you can follow and understand what we are talking about here consistently and coherently. Do you understand? So now we are going to look at module 1, unit 1 today. Tomorrow we'll look at unit 2, because we are not going to, our training is meant to be just 1 hour. All right. So we are going to be using a unit per day, all right, to cover for the whole month of the training. So we expect you to follow us diligently. So if you have joined the training, you have not shared, please make share so that someone can know, because so far I have seen about 70 something people join. I want to see 70 shares. If I don't see 70 something shares, it means that it's wrong. So I want to even see more than that, because some of people are having network issues going out and coming in. So I want to see more shares. So let's go into module 1, unit 1. Let's see what is covered here now. I hope you guys are following me. I hope you are understanding me. If you have any question, you ask, because after here I will look at the comment section and pick some of the questions that are being asked. So thank you very much for joining us. So we're going to look at module 1, unit 1. And in unit 1, we say we are going to look at understanding emotions. Understanding emotions. How do you understand your emotion? I have removed the intelligence aspect of it out. Let's understand our emotions first. Let's understand what emotions are first. When we understand the emotions, then we'll bring the intelligence inside. All right. So, but first and foremost, what are emotions? What are the emotions? When we talk about emotion, what are we talking about? Emotions are complex psychological and physiological states that involve a range of feelings, thoughts, and bodily responses. All right. I say emotional intelligence or emotions are complex psychological and physiological states that involves a range of feelings, thoughts, and bodily responses. All right. They are often triggered by internal, that is from within yourself. They can come out, all right, or they can be as a result of external stimuli. That is, someone may make it happen. Do you understand? So, and play a crucial role in how we experience and interact with the world around us. Emotions can influence our behavior. Emotions can also influence our decision making. Emotions can also influence our relationship. Emotions can also influence our overall well-being. Do you understand? Now, let me give you one example. If I tell you, now, that, oh, President Tinubu has resigned from his appointment, what would be your response? I'll just say, because President Tinubu has resigned, do you understand? Then what would be your response? I know different people will respond differently. Some of you will be angry that why would Tinubu resign? Maybe because you respond like that because of maybe you are supporting APC or you are supporting his administration, or maybe you are a tribal person, you don't want him to resign. Do you understand? People will respond differently based on different factors. Do you understand? This is how our emotion help us to respond. Or maybe I say a closest friend of you had an accident. How will you respond? Do you understand? Some of you will scream, some of you will shout, some of you will cry, some of you will just stay mute. Do you understand? That is how we respond differently. Emotions. So we say it can be internally stimulated or it can be externally stimulated. Do you understand? But this is our emotion. We say they are complex of feelings, thoughts, and bodily responses. Do you understand? That's what emotions are. So I'm sure we understand what emotions are now. We say they are complex of what? Feelings, thoughts, because some of them may not be feelings, they may just what you're thinking, or some they may be bodily actions, all right, reaction, all right, how maybe your gestures and how you respond. Okay, these are emotions, all right. And then, so let's look at key aspects of emotions. Emotions, we say they are subjective experience. They are subjective because something has to stimulate it. Do you understand? They something stimulates them, so they are not on their just on their own. Something must trigger them to happen. That's why we say they are subjective experiences. Emotions are subjective experiences that vary from person to person. They involve feelings such as joy, right? If I tell you that, oh, and maybe after this training, I will tell I pick somebody and say, oh, you have gotten a job with the Institute of Global Peace and Conflict Management. How do you think the person will respond? Very joyful, right? That's what it means. Then sadness. Maybe some of you, after spending 1 month to do this training, at the end of the training, you sit for the exams, the text, and then you did not get 50%. How will you feel? You will feel sad, right? Because at the end of the day, if you do not pass the exam, we will not give you a certificate. So you will feel sad. Is it not so? So sadness. And what makes you sad is because you failed the exam. This is the examination subject you to that sadness. That's what we say is subjective experience, all right? And then we'll talk about anger. Some of you, out of anger, some of you maybe may abandon this training, may not even continue. Maybe out of network frustration, you will get angry and say, I don't want to continue. Network is not stable. I will not do again. I get a point now. You get angry and forget about the training. That is, network has subjected you to that anger. That is anger experience. Then we'll talk about fear. Some of you, the fear of, I don't know whether this thing is genuine or is fake. I don't know whether at the end of the day I will get certificate. Some of you, the first one, we have not issued certificate. Some of you are asking, how can we not issue certificate and then we are announcing another training already? Some people have already entertained fears as if we don't want to give them certificate already. I get a point now. So this is how we respond to things differently, right? So surprise, disgust. These feelings can be intense or subdued, fleeting or enduring. Okay, sometimes they may not be openly expressed. Some may be openly expressed. Some may be quietly expressed. Do you understand? That's what we say can be subdued. Do you understand? That's what it means. Can be fleeting. Some can be enduring. Do you understand? So this is how they flows. So one aspect of emotional intelligence that I want you to understand is that emotions is that they are subjective. That is, something make them to come to pass. That is the something must trigger them from to happen. Then we'll talk about physiological responses. Emotions are also accompanied by physiological response in the body. This can include changes in heart rate, blood pressure. Some of you, when you hear some news, your blood pressure will rise up, okay? Hormones level, all right? Breathing, some of you, your breathing pattern change immediately. Muscle tension, some of you, when you hear certain things, you begin to vibrate immediately. Some of you, your hand will begin to shake. Do you understand? And more. So these physical reactions are part of the body's automatic response to what emotions. So this is what the physiological aspect of it that we're talking about. Let's look at another aspect. We'll talk about the cognitive abrasors. The cognitive abrasors. So emotions often involves cognitive abrasors. That's how we evaluate and interpret the meaning of a situation, event. When things happen, we begin to read meanings into it, all right? Through our emotions, based on how we feel or how we look at it, how we give a thought to it. When we begin to read meaning into it, all right? Some of you, when we say that, some of you knew what happened in our group. When we say that you people should do a testimonial video that we can share it with donors that may need it. Some people automatically read meanings to it that we want to look for money. That's what we're asking them to do a video. Do you understand? But it's not necessary that we want to make money. And even if you want to make money, what's wrong about that? But if people begin to read meaning based on certain happenings and situations, emotions give you cognitive abrasors. Do you understand? And things like that. And then, so our thoughts and beliefs about the situation can influence the emotions we experience in response to it. So let's look at expressive behaviors. It's also another aspect of our emotions. Expressive behavior, that is, emotion can be expressed through facial expressions. Yes, you can give a smile, a smiling face, a squeezy face. Do you understand? Just to respond to a particular issue. Or body language, gesture, or tone of the voice. Do you understand? And then other non-verbal cues can be used to express our emotions. Do you understand? So these expressions can convey information about our emotional state to others and play a role in social interaction. This can sometimes limit how effectively we interact, sometimes even causes conflicts in the course of interaction. Do you understand? So functions. Another aspect of emotions is the functional aspect of it. Let's look at emotions serve important function in our lives. They can help us to navigate our environment, signal the presence of opportunities or threats. Our emotions help us to know that there's a threat here. It helps us also to know that there's an opportunity. Do you understand? Or guide decision making, communicate with others, and motivate behaviors. Then complexity. Emotions are complex and can interact with each other in various ways. For example, feelings, both excitement and anxiety before a job interview. That is, you are excited that finally you have an opportunity to be interviewed, all right? But when you get to the interview venue, what happens? You begin to feel anxious, anxiety, fear. Are you getting the point now? So that's what we say they are complex, and sometimes they interact with each other. Do you understand? You are excited before that you have an opportunity to be interviewed, right? But when you get to the interview venue, what happens? You begin to, feel anxious and feel fearful, and anxiety now will set in. Do you understand? This is how the emotions are working. Do you understand? First, it was excitement. Now is what? Anxiety, because you don't know how the kind of people you are going to face and how you are going to respond and the kind of questions they are going to ask you. You are just wondering. I get the point now, and then that gives you anxiety. So soon excitement died off at the point. Do you understand? So, and that is how it works. So these feelings and these emotions can sometimes interact, and they make a lot of impact. Some of you, because of that, you may even, maybe out of excitement, you give wrong answers, or maybe out of fear, you give unprofessional responses, and then they cause you, to lose an opportunity that if you have applied intelligence in it, Now, this is how the intelligent aspect is coming, If you would have applied the intelligent aspect of it in it, you would have controlled the situation and then be on top of the situation and manage your situation. I hope we are together. If you are following and you are understanding, you let me know so that you are following in the comment section and that you are understanding. Please, if you have joined us, share so that someone else can see it and take advantage of this training, because every month we are going to organize a free training because our joy and our passion is that we want people to have the knowledge of peace and conflict management, because we discovered that our world needs peace. And the only way the world and the people can promote peace is when they have the knowledge, is when they have the understanding. So we are taking it upon ourselves. These are training that can be paid for, but we have decided that we'll be making a monthly free training each month so that people can learn. Let them have this training, let them have the knowledge to promote peace in our communities. So emotions are fundamental aspects of human experience that shape how we perceive and respond to the world. All right. So let's look at the types of emotion. Let's look at some types of emotion. All right. It's good that we know some types of emotion so that we know what we're dealing with here. All right. So emotions are diverse and can be categorized into several broad types based on their underlying characteristics and functions. So we have the primary emotions. Let's look at the primary emotions. What are those primary emotions? This is the category we have. We say we have categorized them, right? So they are not, these are categories. So we have a kind of sub of those things. So we have category one, we have the primary emotions. What are those primary emotions? Things like happiness, that is feeling joyful, content, all right, or contentment, if you can say, and then pleased, that is, you are pleased with the situation, all right, you are contented with the situation, or you are just feeling joyful. That is happiness. I get the point now. Happiness is one aspect of what your emotions. Then we'll talk about sadness. Sadness, that is feeling of sorrow, that is sorrowful, feeling sorrowful, all right, grief-stricken or distress, or any form of distress, any form of grief, any form of sorrow, or these are under categorized as, they fall under sadness. When you talk about somebody being sad, then you are referring to sorrow, some form of grief, some form of distress. Do you understand? Then we'll talk about anger. Anger, all of them here that I'm mentioning are primary emotions. Anger, that is feeling irritated. Some of us are easily irritated. Do you understand? Very easily irritated. Frustrated or enraged, that is, you are enraged, you are frustrated, that's frustrations, rage, all of them under anger. Then we have fear, feeling anxious, scared, or threatened. Do you understand? Threatened. If you see, for those of you that join the protest, if you see the military man with a gun around the protesters, how do you feel? Threatened, right? Fearful, right? You scared, all right? Things like that. Or you see an oncoming vehicle that nearly hit you, make you scared, fear, or things like that, all right? So that's what we're talking about here. Then we'll talk about surprise, feeling startled, amazed, or astonished. Do you understand? All of these are what? Surprise. Some of us want surprise. Not very many people like surprise. Do you understand? So for those of you that like surprise, you have it. Those that don't like it, you don't want it, all right? So then we have disgust, feeling revulsion or distaste. So all of these are characterized as primary words or categorized as primary emotions. All right, these are primary emotions. So what are those ones that are considered? Because these are very, we call them primary because they are common within us. Do you understand? We express them, we exhibit them easily. Then we talk about the secondary emotion. Secondary emotion is shame, shame, feeling embarrassed, guilty, or unworthy. Do you understand? Now, it's not, you can now begin to spot the difference now. Those ones that I mentioned, I say they are primary emotions. We easily exhibit them. Do you understand? We can easily exhibit them. But those ones that I'm calling as secondary now, you see, they are not easily exhibited and may not always be visible in everybody. Do you understand? Because it's not everybody that. Some people, it's like they don't know what is called shame. Do you understand? They do things the way they want. You can go on social media, you see people just displaying, somebody can stand naked and is not feeling ashamed of him or herself. Do you understand? So that is, he or she lost what we call shame. There's no shame in that kind of person. So you understand? But there are category of people that still feel that there are certain things that look so shameful and embarrassed and they don't want to do it. Do you understand? They don't want to be involved. I don't want to be part of that. It's quite shameful. I cannot dress like that. I shouldn't be seen dressed like that. It's kind of